Hey y'all, I'm Jaha Zainabu, and this is Storytime with Jaha Zainabu 27/365. Welcome. I am glad that you're here. Today, right now it is 8:02 p.m. and I am a bit tired. That is the truth. So, I spent 9 hours at Firestone getting my car serviced today. I woke up early and went to Firestone because I needed a lot of work done on my car. And I was like, okay, they open at 7. I'll be there at 7:30. I need a lot of work done. So by 9:30, I should be headed back home. But no. So the mechanic was like, yeah, you need done. I was like, bet. So you talking 10? And he was like, well, it's going to take a minute. Cool. 12:30, I should be back home. No, no, not at all. I got there at 7:30 and I checked out at 4:30. So I'm a little bit tired. But this is what showing up anyway looks like. This is what showing up and being committed to the project you are committed to looks like. Sometimes you're going to be tired and you do it anyway. People have said often to me, you should do a workshop on dedication, like to some kind of project, because you be doing it. And I do be doing it. It's not it's not a secret. There's no big secret to it. It's just not easy. The thing is doing it anyway. In the face of your feelings, you do it anyway. You show up anyway. Now, do big things happen sometimes that say, you know what, not today? Big things happen sometimes that say, you know what, not today, indeed. But how often do big things really happen? Or do we make small things big things? And to me, feeling tired is a thing I can. And I'm not saying don't honor yourself, because honor yourself, because rest is important. Rest is revolution. But you can rest and get what you need to get done also. I know me, and it is 8 o'clock. And while my mind is like, look, Jaha, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a nap. We're going to set that alarm clock for 10:30. We're going to get up. We're going to bust this hour-long story time out. We're going to post it. We're going to get back in bed. It's probably not going to happen that way. So before I get in bed, before I take this dress off, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, what's up? So what's up, friends, family? Let's see, for the past 3 days, I read from my novella called The Nickel, which I liked, which I enjoyed. I haven't gone down that path in a long time. And I am eagerly encouraged to, inspired to revisit that. And I think it just needs tweaking. It just needs a little tweaking. I think what I'm going to do with it is my ebook series, my monthly ebook series ends February 2026. I'm going to start working on that probably tomorrow or the day after, tweaking the nickel. And by January, February, by March, I'll be ready to release it. So just after the ebook series, I'll be ready to release that. And so in April, I will have a gang of product, right? So I've been published 4 times with other publishing companies. 2 of those books are out of print, but 2 are still selling. So I have the one book from World Stage Press, the book from Mama's Kitchen Press, that's 2, and then 13 ebooks, 13, 14, 15, and then the novella, 15, 16, and then I'm going to, so that's 16, total will be 17. Well, not total, because I'm always gonna be writing, but there will be 17 in counting, because I'm including, there is a story that I began that I am committed to finishing, and so that might be April's release. And this story is a collection. It's a collection called Paper. Paper is how do I describe Paper? They are a collection of monologues that I wrote in 2020 during the shutdown, during COVID. And all of the I think there are 7 characters. I think I gotta go back and like deep dive Paper again, but I think there are 7 characters. And in one of the story times, go back and watch the story times, boo. In one of the story times, I mentioned that when you are stuck, an idea could be to write a journal entry for one of your characters, or all of them. And that's what I did. It did not come out of being stuck. It just came out of just the shutdown, and people were shut down. And I just thought of these 7 folks, and them kind of writing in their journals or talking to themselves. Or there was a period not in the beginning, but toward not really the end, but somewhere in there, where you could go into stores, but you had to be masked. So we were still connecting and bumping into other people, but there weren't many people. There weren't many people on the roads. There weren't many people in the stores. So it was kind of like that. So this is just, Paper is called, and I won't tell you why it's called Paper yet. And so I'm going, and I don't tell you or ask you to do exercises that I haven't done. And this is one that I did back in 2020. So my receipts go back, baby. My paper long, except not in the way the rapper says it. Anyway, so one of the characters the character we're going to begin with is a woman named Ginger. So I'm going to read Ginger's story. My mama named me Ginger because she said I was a clean slate, a new chapter. She ate a lot of sushi when she was pregnant with me. That's what you do, I think, with sushi. You eat ginger to clean up your taste buds when you try a new fish or something like that, I heard. I'm not much of a sushi eater, but I like the name okay. Ginger. I like it enough to keep it. In the early 90s, when my friends were taking on African and other created names like Shabazz and Future and Dream, I was cool with Ginger. I've been driving around picking up and dropping off product. It's like it's just after 8 and I'm finally home. I'm kind of like a knick-knack lady. I have a good eye for funky things, and sometimes I spruce them up a little. Like I might find an old clay vest at a thrift store or something, and I'll pick it up if it's in good shape, and then take it home and add some oomph to it. Like maybe a little abstract design, or touch it up with some paint here and there. Purses are my thing, though. I go all over and find old purses, and sometimes I spruce them up too. I sell my stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, out of my trunk, whatever. Sometimes I even vend at the farmers markets around town. Not too much these days since COVID. Slowly things are opening back up, but shit, I got so used to doing it without them, I'm happier on my own now. Tell the truth, I don't miss all that setting up and taking down and paying booth fees and barely breaking even. I'm good on my own. I mean, business-wise, that is. My personal life that's a different story. Don't get me wrong now. Ain't nobody singing no sad love songs over here. I love having my own space. I love my own company, baby. Ain't nothing like it. I have a niece, though, who stays with me part-time. Part-time with me, part-time with her boyfriend. But I'm about to put an end to all that in and out, though. She's 26 years old, and it's about time she got her living shit together. She my heart, though. Her mama died when she was only 7, and she been with me since then. Where else was she gonna go? Her mama, Ray, I was my big sister. Ray was adopted when she was in the womb. Doctors always told Mama that she couldn't have kids of her own, and Ray's mom and my mom used to work together at the phone company. Ray's mom was only a baby herself when she got pregnant by a married man whose last name she never even knew. She wanted to have an abortion, but my mom and dad said that they would take the baby, and they did. They did good by her, too. 3 years later, as life and luck would have it, my mama got pregnant with me. My dad always suspected I wasn't really his, but he never got no test or nothing like that done. But he used to say all the time, though, "You ain't my blood, but you sure my baby." And that's kind of a fucked up thing to say to a child all her life, you know? But you know family. He always favored my sister Ray over me, though. Her mama was Mexican and her daddy was black. And you know how some men are about a biracial bitch with straight hair and brown skin. I ain't no mixed chick. Don't get it twisted, though. I love all this good chocolate. I love this wild, kinky hair. These big-ass lips and every other black-ass thing on my black-ass body. Fergie look a lot like her mama Ray. Her hair is real curly though, and skin a lot darker, but she sure is her mama's child. I sure wish Ray could see her now. When I got in tonight, I saw her computer and her big bag is gone, so I guess her and Clark is back cool. Whatever, if she like it, baby, I love it. She about to make a choice, though. Fuck all this in and out shit. Letting in all the goddamn flies. First thing I do when I get in my place is I turn the air on. LA been hot than a mug the past 2 weeks. I let it blow for maybe an hour, then crack these fans up. DWP ain't gonna take all my money. Damn, I'm tired. Been working like a runaway and seem like the end of the month come faster than my money. It's all good, though. This bitch gonna be straight. Shit. With the bills, that is. Truth is, I've been kind of missing male energy. You know. I mean, not dick. Shit, this bitch fine dick. But, you know, a nigga sitting up with me talking, watching Hulu, eating pizza, or listening to her book, or I don't know, just looking at the fucking walls together. Fuck. I mean, this bitch got friends. Don't trip. Shit, good male friends too, but sometimes you want a dude that think you sexy next to you on your couch, you know? It's cool, though. You know, shit, this bitch gonna be okay. This bitch good, okay? That was paper 1, Ginger. Paper 2, Nina. It's Nina. Nina. Like the number 9 with an ah. No one ever gets it right, don't worry. They always say Nina. Of course they would. Who would think Nina? My father was an artist and named me after his grandfather. You thought I was going to say his mother or grandmother or some woman, didn't you? But no. No. No, I'm not sober right now. And so maybe this will be weird. I don't know. Wednesday is beach day for me, and that's where I am. Every Wednesday I see my therapist, and then I drive out to the beach. I never get tired. I never get out of the car though. I park on PCH and Sunset, and I sit in my car with a quesadilla from my favorite taco truck and a 6-pack of wine coolers. I know, right? Who drinks wine coolers anymore? I do. Apple. I sit here on Wednesdays and I eat Mexican food and I eat snacks and I smoke a joint. I watch the waves. I lean the seat all the way back. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes a podcast. Today, it's Oprah interviewing Whoopi Goldberg. You know Whoopi has a daughter and a grandchild? I did not know that. I don't exactly see my therapist these days. I haven't for months since the shutdown. We talk on the phone now. She calls at 2 and we talk as I'm driving out here. All right, girl. No more Oprah. Ice Cube time. I like Oprah though. Know what I like about Oprah? All the time she's been in the public eye, she ain't been parading a slew of bitches in front of us. She keep her circle small. That's so okay. So there's been what? There's been Gail, Gail, Stedman, and Gail. I feel that. First she was down with the AK. And now I see you on a video with Michelle. Get it, Q. You know, I learned that lesson way too late. Way too late. Keep your circle small. That's why I'm in therapy now. You know, I was the ugly girl in school. They used to call ugly girls mud ducks. Remember that? I was a mud duck. I wasn't ugly. I just wasn't cute. You know, I was a below average looking girl trying to be cute, trying to fit in with all the cute girls and get the cute boys to like me. That's what made me a mud duck. I didn't know my place. I told my best friend one time, Reese, that Malcolm had touched my booty in the 100 hall before first period, and she must have told somebody because it got back to him. And on the bus after school, he mushed my face real hard and yelled for everybody to hear. Don't nobody want to touch your flat ass booty, big nose asshole? What could I say? Shit. Shit. My daddy is gone, you know. He's dead. Dead. Last thing I said to him was that he was dead to me. Believe that? You believe I could say something like that to my own father? And I loved my father more than I ever loved anyone in this world. One time, at Mrs. Hampton's Sunday school class when I was just a little girl, she said, always remember to put Jesus first. Jesus comes before anybody. Shit. And I raised my hand right on up. And I said, my daddy come first. Jesus can come second if he want to. He gone now. You know how I found out? How I found out my daddy was gone? On Instagram. His wife posted a picture and tagged me. Ain't that some shit? Ain't it? paper 3, ginger. Yes, ginger again. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Okay, so I was on one of my adventures again yesterday looking for some good finds, right? Y'all know a bitch be scavenger in these streets for some good come-ups to sell, right? I told you purses is my shit, but a bitch take what a bitch get, right? Anyway, I pulled into the Ralphs in Culver City in that little shopping center on Venice because I had to shit real bad. And I was like, God, please don't let a bitch sit on herself. Damn. Why is it hella cars in that lot, right? So I had to park over by that Tuesday morning, that little thrift store. And guess what, baby? They was straight having a everything must go sale. So I was like, bet, I'm gonna go in Ralph's right quick, then hit them up when I come out, right? Well, I'm almost in the store, and this white dude come up to me, and I know he finna ask me for some money. And sure enough, he do. He was like, do I got some money for him and his sister's name? Because they just got evicted, and they was trying to get back on their feet and trying to get back to Texas. And his baby, his sister baby ain't got no food. And do I want to come to the van and meet him? And I was like, dude, I'm sorry, but I just ain't got no cash. But I mean, I feel you. Shit. Do you got Cashapp though? Because I mean, I can slide you something that way. And he's steady walking with me, and he said he ain't got no Cashapp and he ain't got no phone neither. But could I please go to the ATM in the store? And I was like, bet. And he's still talking, no, talking about, did I hear about the police officer killing that black dude and how bad it is in the streets? And if he had some money and somebody came up to him and needed it, then he would go and give them like $100. You know, so we get to the door, but he can't come in because he ain't got no mask, right? And I'm thinking, you ain't got to tell me how bad it is in the streets, okay? And can't tell me nothing about white cops and black people. Like, this shit ain't new. White motherfuckers always go a step too far when they trying to bond with black people. Plus, where he fucked up at was trying to guilt me into giving him and his pretend ass sisters a C note, right? Anyway, after I got out of the bathroom, I look around for the green drinks and a little snack or something like that, right? I can't find the drinks nowhere. So I see this worker stocking chips or something like that. So I ask him where the green drinks is at. Why he turned to me like I just shot his dog, talking about, why would I know that? I don't work here. Like, okay, motherfucker, damn. So shit, I find them shits on my own and I get in line, right? And I see the white boy still at the door, so I get cash back. I walk out and I hand him a dub. Why he look at it, then look back at me like he mad it ain't more? Shit. He better be lucky I ain't take it back, like a bitch phone bill ain't due. That's why I don't fuck with Culver City. Even the white homeless people on some shit. Anyway, I remember Tuesday morning and they sale though, so I'm cool again, right? And I'm walking kind of fast, right? Hoping they got some good stuff. And I'm going up and down and up and down and up and down all the aisles. And the sale is hella good and the stuff is bomb. I mean, if I was you, I would go in there real quick because them shelves is finna be all the way bare. Anyway, I'm looking and I see this mud cloth and I was like, okay, Tuesday morning, I'll see you. So I put it in my cart, right? And I keep looking. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck I ate that had got me having to go to the bathroom and shit so many times, but why all of a sudden I gotta shit again? So I'm standing there squeezing my booty cheeks together, staring hard at the little shot glasses like I'm thinking about buying one. Like I give a damn about a shot glass. Anyway, after about 30 seconds go by, I'm cool to walk again, right? Why I turn the corner over there by the suitcases and the toys is like a gang of cotton, right? Like straight up cotton on the little branches. And I'm thinking that'd be dope on my dresser. But then I'm thinking, you know what? Nope. A bitch is not finna give Tuesday morning $6.99 for some cotton that my ancestors probably picked. Nope. Nope. And then I'm like, bet they got some good stuff, but I'm cool, with the mud cloth. And I just walk to the line, right? Okay, now you finna trip. You finna trip. Guess who was in line with a bitch at Tuesday morning, right? Andre Brower. Okay, that actor from from all them little movies. A bitch straight had a crush on him, right? We all in these hot ass masks, but I still knew it was him, right? And I'm like, damn, he's still fine too, okay? I mean, we all older and fatter, and that's cool. So I look around, to see what white woman he with now, and bam, right? No white bitches. So I pull out my phone to see, if I see him on Instagram, and there he is, right? And it's mostly pictures of him on show sets and shit like that. Like, okay, I see you, Andre, keeping it business, but that only mean one thing, right? He got a white bitch on the low, right? So I Google him, because Google give a fuck. They'll tell it, right? So I look up, and he like 11th in line, and I'm like 15th. And that's a low-key sign, because, 4 is my favorite number, right? And I pull him up, and he is married, right? So I click on her name, Amy somebody, and she is a sister. And I was like, okay, hey, all right. So, right, right then I decide a bitch not gonna shoot her shot on a sister man, But, I am on my Rakim right now thinking of a master plan, on how I'm at least get, some kind of convo or something like that. And of course, the line is trying to move fast now, right? But look at God, right? So the people between me and him, they was together, and one of them had a coughing spell, and these ain't the times to be coughing in public, if you know what I mean. Why she didn't step out of line by herself, but all 3 of them was like, fuck it, we'll just go. Bet. So I move up, and he turned to me and say, I hope she's all right. And I was like, I know, me too. But really, that bitch was good. Then I twist my neck a little bit, and I say, wait, are you Andre, like I can't remember his name. A bitch is not trying to look thirsty, right? Brower. Yes, it's me. We both got masks on, but I can tell somebody's face that they be smiling, and he was smiling. Then I tell him I like his work, and then we talk about how hot it is, and he like my mud cloth in my basket, and I tell him I like his bowls, and by now the cashier calling him, and the next one is calling me. Well, he finished first, and he said it was nice to meet me, but he didn't get my name, and I was like, what? Shit. So I tell him my little name, Then, just like that, we out the store. I mean, it did not end in no love connection or nothing like that. I told you it wasn't going nowhere, but that was cool too, though, right? Right? Little celebrity sighting and line and shit. And I was like, okay, God, I see you. Maybe it was a sign. A sign about what, I do not know, but something. Hell, I'll take something, anything. I'll take anything good right now. Anything. Paper for Gerald. This is Gerald. I'm getting tired of LA. Getting tired of big cities, period. Truth is, I'm tired of living in this country. I've been wondering how it would be to live by the water. Somewhere like, I don't know, Ghana maybe. I don't know anything about Ghana though. Except what I learned in school, which ain't much. But there has to be more to life than this hustle and this bustle. Feel like every day is some kind of fight, some challenge. Just walking to the store is some kind of test, just waiting. Older I get, more I believe I'm living on lucky time. I ain't never much believed in no luck. I was on Crenshaw bus just 2 days ago on my way home after one of the worst days of my 54 years. Found a seat next to a pretty sister that smelled like lavender. I let my head hit the glass and I finally closed my eyes for the short ride I had. And this little knucklehead across from me mean mugging me. How you mean mug somebody with a fucking mask on? He stared at me long enough till I finally give him a little attention. Then he said, yeah, what set you from, blood? And I take a long deep breath. And I wish I was living in some small house in Ghana. And I say, homie, my name is Gerald. How many niggas you know named Gerald? Bang. You know what I'm the most tired of? I'm tired of feeling like I won the lottery just because I made it home. And I have a little bit of food and some clean clothes for the next day. I am thankful, sure. Thankful for everything I have. Black folks so used to nothing, we don't expect nothing more than one more breath. But me, I want more. I want more than the next breath. I want more than a little money or a pile of books and a bag of tools. I want more than a 911 life. You know what I mean? Every minute I'm awake, I'm on high alert. For once in my life, I want to just exhale and let that breath take long as it want to take. Every other corner, somebody's selling those I can't breathe shirts. All respect to my brother George, and I understand what they trying to say, but I don't know. I just can't stamp that on my chest when all I want to do is breathe. In and out real slow. Then sleep so good and wake up the next morning and first thing on my mind be figuring out what I want to do that day. I don't want to think about money except who I can bless with it. I'm a builder, you know. I always been real good with my hands. I can't explain the blessing, but I can build or fix almost anything. I can play the piano and the guitar too. I never been taught neither, I just can. I wasn't no good in school, so I stopped going. It wasn't until I was 20 years old I found out I had what they call dyslexia. You see, I see numbers and letters different than other people do. In school, they just thought I was lazy or dumb. And I just got lost in the shuffle. I got lost in the shuffle at home, too. I have 7 brothers and sisters, and I'm number 4. I'm still close to my 2 sisters and their kids, but not my brothers. Not my mom and my pops, neither. I was a Jehovah's Witness growing up, but that wasn't the life I wanted for myself as a man. At least when I thought I was a man. And for me, that was at 16. I had stopped going to school and spending my days and nights locked up in the garage. I fixing radios. I spent my time building bookcases and little boxes out of wood. I used to call them treasure boxes. Pops was like, I need to do something with my life and live by his rules or go find a home of my own. So that's what I did. And I never looked back. Shit. Ain't been no easy road at all for me, but I'm here though. I'm here, I tell you that. And you know what? I still make them treasure boxes too. All different sizes. I paint them real nice, and some I give away, and some I even sell. My sister got twin daughters, Avery and Daisy. They finna turn 16 in a couple of weeks, and they love anything I make, so I made one for each of them. 2 boxes because I want them to fill them with all kinds of treasures. Now, I told you I can do anything with my hands, right? And when my nieces were little, I used to braid their hair. I sure did. I had never braided no hair before, but I braided theirs. And I don't mean no regular cornrows just going back. Nah, man, I used to braid their hair. I put them long Janet Jackson box braids in their hair. I had them looking good too. And I know dudes don't be doing that. I know straight dudes anyway, but I was nice with it. My sister Ruth had paid all this money for the hair one day. I guess they was about 9 or 10, and it looked okay. I mean, until she told me how much she paid. Ah, shit. I was temporarily sleeping on her couch back then. And I told her, don't you never spend no money like that on no braids, because I will handle it. Now, at first, she thought I was saying that I would pay instead of her. But no, she know me better than that. I got real close to my nieces during that time, too. Real close. Shit, my sister's kids is like my kids. I ain't never had none of my own, but they mine. The twins, plus my other sister got a daughter too. She 23 now. She a rapper. Go by Coin. Yeah, I'm home now. And I'm going to sit here on my couch with all the windows open. Go smoke a cigar and eat me a burger. Go listen to some music. Maybe I'll fall asleep. Go sleep good too, I hope. I sure need a good sleep, because this ain't been my week. Not my week at all. Paper 5, Dear Early. Everyone says Dare Early like it's one name. My full name is Dare Sky Patricia Early. I don't know where Dare or Sky come from, but Patricia is my mother. I'm named after her, but somewhere in the middle. I'm a strange pickle. That's what they called me in college, a strange pickle. Truth is, I ain't so strange. Technically, I am schizophrenic and bipolar. Second thought, maybe strange pickles sound better. People don't back off and judge pickles, strange or not. Not like they do when they know you have a mental disorder. I'm not on my meds. Not anymore. Not ever again. I hate the way they make me feel. So sometimes I go off a little bit. Okay, a lot, really. I'm not as out of touch as people think, though. I hear what I hear and I see what I see. I mean, and because everybody doesn't see it, why am I the one wrong? Because they don't see it. Some days I'm clear, though. I mean, what you call clear anyway. And that's me today. I'm sitting at some park in Carson. I just ended up here. I hop on buses a lot, and I get off when the cops come on. Cops, intruders, thieves. But sometimes I see somewhere I've never been, and I want to sit there for a minute. Like today. This park is pretty, and it's early in the morning, and there are no children here. I love parks. I love sitting on the grass. I don't like parks with children. Makes me think too much. Guess you guessed that I had a child, huh? I have. Her name's Stella Rose. I know what you're thinking, but she not named after no drink. See, Stella was my big sister, and the woman who loved me the most in this world. And Rose, well, Rose is my favorite flower. When I get scared, I close my eyes and I see a garden of roses and I breathe a little bit better. Stella taught me that when I was 13. She hold me by my face and say, "See it, dear Early. See it there early. See that garden with all those pretty roses. Close your eyes. Focus on just one rose. Smell it. Don't it smell so good there early? Don't it smell so good? And I don't know if it was her hands on my face, or the sound of her voice, or the roses in my head, or all them put together, but I was better after that. For a while anyway. Stella's gone now. She not dead. She locked up and thrown away in prison. She been there for 26 years for something she didn't do. Yeah, I know. Everybody in prison is innocent, right? But Stella didn't do it though. I did, and she's the one locked up. She told me never come see her. Don't write her no letters. Don't never say nothing. Never. To nobody. So I don't. Stella Rose is with Teresa. And she's better off with her. I'm not so nice to the people I love the most when I'm off. I can't help it. And Teresa can't understand why I won't just take the meds and stay on them. She says I love being sick more than I love her and my own baby Stella Rose, but that's not true. After the last time, Teresa took my baby and moved away somewhere I can't get to him. Every now and then she emailed me a picture. Maybe she shouldn't though, because it don't make me feel no better. But I know she's safe, so that's good. And that's all I want for myself. To be somewhere safe. I don't even know what that feels like, to be somewhere and feel safe. I never felt that way. Never. It's hard for me to even be in one place too long. I gotta keep moving. I gotta always be moving. You know what it's like to look over your shoulder your whole life? Well, I do. And imagine you know someone's coming and nobody believe you. Imagine all the running you do, and when you think you good and hidden, you hear them in your head over and over. Sometimes a whisper, but then sometimes a scream. I do what I can for money. At night, I go to 24-hour Korean spas downtown to get me some sleep. Sometimes I go to the hospital. I don't see no doctor or nothing, and I only go there when it rains or if I don't have money for a spa. All the spas are closed now, though. This COVID done stopped the world. At night, when I can take it and can't find a place to sleep, then I go to the emergency room at Harbor General, and I tell the nurse that my stomach hurt a little bit. County hospital is always so crowded, ain't no doctor gonna get to you until the next morning, and by then I'm gone anyway. The nurses there, they know me, but they know I'm all right. Tears, though. Got a lot of tears lately. Just got grief over the whole world the way it is. Shit, man said to me the other day, "Why are you so sad, sis?" And he stood there too and waited for an answer. And I looked at him. And I put my hand over my heart and I say, "Why ain't you?" Paper 6. Seth. Seth. I'm apartment hunting today. I'm going to settle on somewhere this week because I'm tired of looking and I want to just be somewhere. I've narrowed my choices down to a 2-bedroom apartment in Leimert Park or a 3-bedroom house I looked at the other day in Windsor Hills. Oh, wait, there was also that condo in Inglewood. If I were to purchase property, it would be a condo. I was never that guy who mowed lawns and repaired shutters or needed a garage. I don't even have a car. I can't even drive. I grew up a homeschooled Beverly Hills rich kid. I'm 23 years old, living off a trust fund. Thanks to my grandfather, I have more money than I'll ever spend in my lifetime. I'm Seth Baker, boy millionaire. I hear your brains ticking. What am I doing down here? Why don't I just take my half-white ass back up to Beverly Hills? My best friend, Brandon's been asking me the same thing. Well, recently, ex-best friend. A guy can only give his white friends a pass so many times before that guy and his passes become part of the problem. I was having dinner at Brandon's house last week when his dad goes in about those thugs and terrorists in BLM. Then he keeps going on and on and on, and those people this, and never satisfied, and broken homes that, and he just would not fucking stop. It's like he was digging and digging and daring me to say something. This prick is getting off on how uncomfortable he was making me feel until I finally just gave him what he was asking for. Fuck it. Brandon's mom, Penny, she said it was best if I just left. Shh, not like I wasn't leaving on my own. Then Brandon, fucking asshole Brandon, is sitting there all surprised like he didn't know his dad was a racist dick. We're fucking talking about it all the time. He's always talking about how the next time he gets on one of his porch monkey rants, he's gonna finally let him have it. That's what he called it too, a porch monkey rant. Said that like 1,000,000 times, and I let it go 1,000,000 times. Because no way was my best friend like that. Was just saying some shit he heard his dad say. I mean, I know Brandon's deal though. His dad's been controlling him with his money his whole life. He's my age, and his dad's still telling him how to dress. They never raised him to be anything but their pet, or they would disown him. Fucking assholes. Want to know the worst part? I get home and Brandon sends me this long ass text about how I took it the wrong way and why was I being all sensitive all of a sudden, and I should be used to his dad talking like that because he's always been like that. Saying shit like, I don't even know the black side of my family and that I was just a rich kid like him. Fuck him and his fucking family. Fuck Beverly Hills too. My mom thinks I'm too young to move out, and she doesn't think the neighborhoods I chose are safe for white boys. But that's the problem. I ain't a boy. I ain't white either. Paper 7. Fergie. It wasn't me. It wasn't ever me. Gigi treating me like she's taking care of me is getting old. I wish I could just tell her the truth. When she acts, I'm scared one day I might. I'm over there because I love her, and we are each other's only family. The only family that count anyway, and I don't want to see nothing bad happen to her. She's my aunt, and I love her. Gigi isn't well, though. I talk to her every day, and I stay over when I can tell she's spiraling into another depressive episode, or she's manic, or just flat out tripping. And truthfully, she's almost always one of those. It's exhausting because you never know which Gigi you're going to get on any given day. Some days she's so cool, talking like she's got some sense, funny as hell, mothering, a good person to bounce ideas off of. And believe me, she's got tons of hustling advice. But then other days, she's so hyper, it's scary to be around her. One time, she went off on Tino, the security guard in front of the building. Tino know how she is, okay? And he was just trying to be cool, but she kept at him, getting all loud, and it was late, and people started looking. I didn't know what was going on until Miss Betty knocked on the door for me to go downstairs before Tino or somebody called the police. And thankfully, he didn't. And, me and Miss Betty brought her on up, talking about Tina watched some guy break in her car and didn't do nothing about it. And he let somebody sleep in her car overnight. And a bunch of bullshit everybody in their right mind know wasn't true. Except Gigi. Gigi ain't in her right mind. I started telling my grandparents something was wrong with Gigi when I was a teenager. She wild and ain't got much of a filter, but it's more than just she wild or she's so crazy. No, she is crazy. Shit, that's the motherfucking problem. Nobody believed me. Nobody did anything. Nothing. And I feel sorry for her. But it's like I said, I love her, so I don't, I don't take care of her on no pity shit, but I do take care of her. I know I ain't got no thanks coming my way, but I know God know. One time, I tried to talk her into getting herself checked out because, what if I wasn't here? Or Miss Betty wasn't around? Or Tina ain't the guard at the front and she come home tripping? She better be lucky it wasn't Mr. Thomas working that night. He don't like nobody, especially her. And he would have been called the cops. Then what? Plus, me staying over so much is putting a strain on my relationship with Clark. He understands I gotta do what I gotta do for my auntie, but he says he doesn't like how much it drains me, and what can I say? He's right. Well, me mentioning that she needed help in any way sent her into such a tizzy, I know I can't bring her back up again. She kicked me out of her apartment that night, told me don't ever come back or call or nothing. I made sure Miss Betty looked in on her, and I stayed gone for 2 weeks. And I showed up again like nothing happened, and she acted like nothing happened too. We both know something happened though. And I bet not mention nothing about her getting no help again. I know that. So I sit and I watch her. I make sure she eat. I make her smoothies in the morning, and I put herbs in them she don't know about. I'm trying. It's getting to me though. It really is. If I'm being 100, it ain't just me taking care of Gigi why I come and stay so much. I miss my mother. Gigi is the only place I can go where I can hear stories about her. I was a little girl when she died. And I get scared sometimes because, I'm starting to forget her. Starting to forget her smell and her laugh. Even starting to forget her face. But Gigi got pictures all over the place with her and my mom. Me and Gigi. Me and my mom. Ain't no place I can see that. I love Clark and I know he loves me too, but Gigi is my family. And what if I lose her? With everything going on in the world, I'm scared she gonna be out somewhere and just lose it. Then what? Then what family I got? Paper 8 9 again. It's 4 a.m. and I can't sleep. I had all these plans today. Plans to work, plans to clean, maybe go for a walk and run a few errands. I don't want to do any of it now. That's just not my assignment today. My energy is messed up, it's blocked, and that's messing up my money, and my money is short enough as it is. I have a journal that I write everything in every morning. I write things that I'm thankful for. I write down goals. I write tasks to complete in the day, stuff like that. Mostly I write letters to my ancestors, my guides, my God. I ask them questions and I write down what they say, and they do speak to me, all the time. Not immediately, but they speak. They listen too. They get me. My energy is blocked. I told you that. Money is energy, You did know that. Money is a physical indicator of my energy flow. And everybody has their own. For some people, you know, might be physical or mental health. For others, it might be their relationships. For me, it's money. I'm filled with so much rage and anger right now. My flow is stuck. Stuck. Like a wad of toilet paper in my pipes. Nothing can get through. When there's just a little bit clogging up my pipes, you can use a plunger yourself and, you know, maybe 10 minutes of pumping, you good again. But other times, you got to call in the professionals. My ancestors are the professionals. My ancestors led me to Dylan, my therapist. The writing I'm doing in my journal is healing, but it was time for me to say the words out loud. I'm stuck in my past. Ain't everybody who's in therapy though. I'm from a very polite family. We didn't fight or cuss each other out or anything like that. My friends envy that about my family, how well we got along. What they didn't know was that we didn't love each other enough to fight. We just weren't worth the effort to each other, I guess. I have a twin sister, Becca. We're 2 minutes apart. I'm the youngest. We're not close. We've never been. When we were little, my mother used to dress us alike, and I hated it. To this day, I'm triggered by photos of us in the same outfits. My mother knew it too. It didn't matter to her. But my feelings never did matter to her. She thought it was funny that I would cry so much over a nothing thing as being dressed like my sister. In her world, though, I mean, we were twins and we were supposed to dress alike. But my mother was all about her world, never mine. I was supposed to just be grateful I had clothes to wear at all. I heard her say that once to my aunt, too. It was the 4th of July, and we were about 9 or 10 years old, and we were out in Bakersfield. And my aunt and uncles, at my aunt and uncle's house to see all the fireworks. My uncle Arthur was taking pictures of all the kids, but he always made a production out of our photos. He wanted Beck and me to stand on the porch, which I cooperated with. Then he wanted us to hold hands, and that's when I lost it. I started crying like a baby. Becca just stood there, rolling her eyes at me. I stepped off the porch and went to my mother, hoping she would hold me and make me feel safe. I don't know why I thought she would. I don't. Aunt Karen asked what was wrong with me, and before I could answer, my mother said, "She's just ungrateful." I spent the rest of the day and the night playing with my doll. I didn't even go out and see the stupid fireworks. To this day, I hate the 4th of July. The ride to our house in Lakewood was horrible. My dad was quiet. Becca was doodling in her coloring book. I was staring out the window. My mom in the front seat crying. She cried the whole way home. 3 hours. She cried for 3 hours. We went on and on and on. And she cried about how hard she tries, and she went on about how people don't appreciate what she does. People don't love her. People don't behave. People don't like her. People embarrass the family. People won't be there for her when she's old. People can't wait to turn 18 and move away. People will never come to visit. People will forget all about her. In case you haven't guessed, allow me to introduce myself. I'm People. My mother has been emotionally manipulating me my whole life. No one ever asked me why I was crying. Ever. Ever. I had the outburst, and the ride home was about my mother's tears and about how people don't love her. Since I was a little girl, I wanted to go to Paris. I don't know why Paris, but I've always been fascinated with the city. In my middle school, they offered 3 foreign language classes: Spanish, French, and Japanese. I was so excited. Of course I was going to take French. I had all my classes all picked out, and my mother had to sign the card, and I would be on my way. The next morning, as I was getting dressed, my mother handed me my card. Something about the way she handed it to me made my heart drop. She crossed out French and wrote Spanish. She was on her way out the door to go to work, and I ran outside after her. She wasn't even going to talk to me, just hand me the card and leave. She said I didn't need to learn how to speak French because there were no jobs around here where I was going to use the language. As she rolled her window up and backed out of the driveway, I stood there screaming, "I'm not going to be around here." Fast forward now. It's a week after high school graduation. There's only my mom, Beck, and me in the house. My dad left 2 years ago. I'm finally happy because I'm about to start living my life. My life. Becca is going to Spelman, and I'm off to Howard. The house has been quiet for days. Too quiet. About 9 one night, my mother started complaining about chest pains. Becca was at the movies with a friend, so I drove my mom to Kaiser. They kept her overnight for observation, and I stayed there with her. They let her go the next day, and I drove her home. About noon, we had a family meeting that began with my mother's tears. She said that she had been having chest pains because something was wrong with her heart. She didn't say what, just something. I wasn't in the room with her when she was in the hospital. She wanted me to stay in the waiting room or go rest in the car, so I did. And during the family meeting, she said that Becca had an academic scholarship, so she should go to Spelman. She was going to be the first lawyer in the family. She was afraid, though, that she shouldn't be alone in the house in her condition because her father had died of a heart attack, and maybe she would too. She needed somebody to take care of her, and since I didn't have a scholarship and wasn't exactly sure about what I wanted to major in anyway, that I should just stay at home and go to Long Beach City College. Then, before I could have one of my wild outbursts, right on cue, her chest started hurting again. She was Fred Sanford. The family meeting was over after my mother's spell. Becca helped her into her bed, and I sat there at the kitchen table. Some days I'm okay. Then other days the memories hit me hard. So hard I can hardly move. And that's where I've been all night, where I am this morning. I didn't go to Howard. My mom and I never talked about that family meeting ever. It got swept under the rug with all the other stuff. Hold on. I'm thinking that should be the last one. Yeah, I'll end it there. So that's paper. So paper is an example of me. These characters don't connect. They connect. So you see that, I mean, they connect, but they don't engage in dialogue with one another. It's COVID. Everybody's locked up. The only two people that meet are Fergie and Ginger. Ginger is Gigi, who is Fergie's aunt. Ginger, who's Fergie's aunt? Gigi is off and doesn't know it. But everybody around her knows it. So that's paper, and they are just characters that I love. So that's paper, and thank you for listening. This is Storytime 27, and I'm sleepy, and I hope you're well. Peace.